Good afternoon. My name is Sarai Ajai, and thanks for watching. Today is November 19, 2022. The time is 2:02 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. And thanks for watching again my identity theft video. This is the update from my previous video, which I was upset when I found out that someone came in my apartment around mid-February and I was not allowed to file the police report. Since then, we have changed property managers and we have a new location and so forth and so on. So that's a catch up. Now, here's the problem. On November 12th of 2022, I was on my way to the grocery store. I wasn't feeling well, but I do have to go out to get groceries. Well, I'm finding out there are people, I don't know, they living in this apartment complex or they got keys to the apartment complex or they're tenants or neighbors of mine. However, we have very paper thin walls and they have a problem with me not being a male. I'm not quoting. They have a problem with me not being a male from birth. This is getting extremely scary and they want to hurt me again. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. Again, what they did to me was deny my rights, conspiracy of rights over my identification of goods and identifiers, my background, my national security clearance. I had actually posted a redacted birth certificate that my mother gave me. This birth certificate is over 50 years old. It's over 50 years old. And when I turned 18, that birth certificate is the one my mother gave me when it was still carbon paper. It wasn't manipulated. It was you could tell by the typeset it was typed and it had a seal on it, and it still does have the seal on it. A perforated seal on it. Well, I redacted it and put it in my email. Well, not too long ago, today, maybe 30 minutes ago, I found out someone had deleted those emails. I'm scared they're going to try to kill me because they're angry I'm not born a male from birth. Under my traditional gender norm, biological birth was female and gender identity female. I'm being targeted because I am not. So the men with penis and look like a male can work under my paperwork without my acknowledgement. By this controversy, I'm supposed to be a male from birth. I have a rare blood type. I have been fingerprinted with this problem before. And it's in my writ of certiorari from the Federal Supreme Court, which was denied, but it was not denied without prejudice. There's two cases. That's all I'm going to say about it. And it talks about the ID segregation problem I'm having with my credentials. They're using my background to clear people, not only men, but mostly men and female, of the same race and other race under my paperwork like a public domain, which violates my constitutional rights as a conspiracy against my rights on a continuous violation without due process, which now puts me in a category of a habeas corpus. they keep claiming and denying my rights over things they have done to me without a due process. They when I say they, these are the individuals who are accomplices, aiding and abetting, participants in a said conspiracy over my identity to oppress me without a due process, because no one wants to go to court. No, from what I understand, no one wants to go to court because they can't prove it. And this should be in court, right? But they can't prove it, so they're oppressing me and denying me due process. I'm afraid. They're deleting my email. I had my birth certificate out there, the redacted one that you had saw on the film, and they're claiming that they're going to arrest me or lock me out of my apartment or shut me out of my identity when they never matched it in the first place. In other words, they're going to assume my identity, and people are doing things against my rights, against me intentionally, when they never even matched the background. Now, when I moved here to the state that I live in now in North Dakota, I moved from my previous state because of this problem. And my logical thinking was, okay, I know they give a physical ID, and I can use my passport, which I had to send in my birth certificate, my passport. I had to give them my a copy of my birth certificate. I think they took a copy of my social security card, but they took 2 pictures. The first one, the woman behind the thick glass at the DMV had indicated that my eyes were closed, but they never showed me any evidence of this. So they took a second one, and I have the second picture. I never lost it. I never gave anyone my identity. Someone had told me when I went back home in 2021, May of 2021, that they split the identity. I don't know if they used my background. I'm not sure. This is only hearsay. I cannot prove it yet until I get into the federal courtroom with this problem. What they're doing is they're changing their names to similar or exact name, because my name is rare. Remember, this is my second name. The judge had, from my home state, changed the name because of this problem. And he told me to do certain things, which I have heed to this day. Whatever he told me, I know that when we were in the courtroom, it was an empty courtroom, and the judge actually came down from the bench where he resided, because it was empty. I was the only case he had. And he walked me towards the middle of the courtroom because there was a Muslim there, so he couldn't hear what he was saying to me. Now, that is a true statement. It was a bald-headed man. That's all I'm going to say about it. So he knew about my problem, and he allowed the name change to go through. I did not want to give up my birth name because it was common. My birth name was common. I picked this name because it was rare. No one should have it. But when I understand people are changing their names, and then they're either linking my background and my national security clearance to them and my education to them. So that makes me look like I'm unintelligible. I'm a dropout. I'm supposed to be on their paperwork and they're on my paperwork. Now, I don't know. I know I had this problem before. with these name changes because it's mentioned in my writ de certiorari in the federal Supreme Court with the name change problem. It's worse than identity theft. They actually deny my habeas corpus. They're not giving me warrants. They're not giving me no subpoenas. If they are sending it, they're giving it to the original person, like they're me. And remember, one of my cases, I was illegally accosted, and I have a federal fingerprint on file. So I don't understand why they can't pull their fingerprint if there's a national security clearance concern. I know that there are people who I don't know. I've never been acquainted to I have all these people, like using my paperwork like public domain, like an open source, and they should have rights to it. That's like they own my paperwork, and I don't have any rights to it, so I'm being suppressed. Remember what the incident in February when it came in the privacy of my own home and in the wee hours of the night and injected me with some type of foreign substance, which sedated me, and they were beating me and hurting me in my back. Someone actually confirmed this. They did harm me. I have very bad back problems. I have problems in my legs. The pain is so excruciating. I don't know what they've done, but I wind up with coronavirus, remember, right after that. And I had to wait 14 days to get the booster. And when I went to the store a few weeks later, I think it was almost near the end of March, on 13th Street, Walmart in Fargo, 3 people showed up and they told me that they did not want my AS living here because of my rare blood type. That means, now if you're a forensic profiler, you know that somebody had to take that blood work in order to know that it's actually rare. And they don't want me living here. And they putting people on my paperwork to take advantage of me for no apparent reason. I don't know these individuals. I didn't lose anything. I didn't give anybody anything. I'm not suffering from dementia. So how is it getting access to something I never gave them? Question. What is the motive behind this continuous violation that I didn't allow? I don't know the individuals. I know I have been broken in while I was in here asleep. I know that my possessions been targeted. I know that things has been missing. But what they were after was, I believe, my identification and my passport. But they did not touch those. Because I guess they couldn't find it because I hid it. I always hid it. Whatever they did, I hid it. The people who came in here that did this to me, what they were really after, I hid it. And they thought it was in the bag. So I keep a number count of things in my bag. My birth certificates, my new one, and so forth and so on. I keep a quantitative count of an inventory of everything in my bag, in my possession, even my USB now. So I'm trying to figure out at this point, what is the motive? We're running into problems with the motive. Why they keep coming back without a due process? If I stole something from someone, so someone claims, and if they're changing their names to get to my paperwork, so they can get to my education like it's theirs, like they earn it, or like they're better than me, why are they on it? I just don't understand it. The question is, what is the motive behind this now? I'm not stopping them from going to medical school or getting a job under their own paperwork. But people want to be on my paperwork without consequences. And they're doing this off of confidentiality premises. I mean, they actually oppressing me off of confidentiality. They don't match it. They don't match the background. They're linking my background. I guess once they change their names, they're basically linking it to my background. And then deny me like I'm the fake person. They have done damages to my apartment because they claim I'm a male from birth. I mean, some of it goes both ways. Like on November 12th, that person who was speaking in the common areas while I was inside my apartment was angry. He has a problem with me not being a male. Then I have a problem with the rumors, these hate crime, because they tell me they hate me, that I'm a male, and they come in here and do damage in my apartment when I'm gone. We're not allowed to put up anything on a door except for the double bolt lock they have on there. But I'm going to show you. I had to put up surveillance cameras, and I believe they came in here with the surveillance cameras. I now keep time of everything now. When I leave, when I go out, I have sensors on the doors. I check that constantly. So I'm going to show you kind of damage they done to me because I'm supposed to be a drag queen, quote unquote, to them. Dressed as a woman, but a male from birth, when my birth certificate says otherwise. But the actual men on my paperwork with the penis, they're not targeting them like national security. I believe they have these people targeting. I believe they have national security targeting me like I'm the male from birth dressed as a female when I'm not. So these men, they don't check their national security background. And if I feel that the game's going to be, if they want to play the game fair, they're going to change their name, then open up that surveillance on everyone. I have no privacy because they claim I'm the terrorist while the terrorists are running around free on my paperwork with the hanging penis and look like a male. They can get apartments, they can do anything under my paperwork. I believe now they're buying vehicles. I'm suspicious of that, and I don't even own a vehicle. But let me give you an example of what they done to me. Based on they hate me, you will see for yourself. You see those gouges? They scraped the bottom. You see this? You see this? You see this here? The scratches, they gouge things. Like they want to hurt me. It's like they take it, you see this? Some of this was here and now, when I moved in, and now it's worse. You see this? And then, they take something that gouge it. You see this? Chipping things. You can tell by my door, like they trying, well, this is not a double bolt lock, but this was already here when I moved here. You see this? You see how they've been, you see this? See, even under, like they're trying to, it looks like somebody took something and scraped the bottom of it so they can put something under it, because I keep things under there to keep them from coming in on me now. Let me turn on this. You see, I have a vision problem. These are progressive glasses. I actually wear bifocals, but here you see how they gouged it and then they try to fix it. That wasn't here. And I don't notice it because I have a vision problem. Without my glasses, I can't see anything. And I didn't notice this until someone mentioned something in the store one time when I was in there. And that's when I started noticing. And here's the bathroom. Same thing here. You see, and then they put something, look like they went in here and try to fix it. These are the ones I know. Hear this? See this? Okay, in my bedroom here, see these scratches? I lived in an apartment with all silver appliances, and this is the first time I ever experienced something like this. New appliances, real kitchen tile, beautiful tile. I had all silver appliances. New cabinets, I never had this kind of problem. See the stuff like this. You see this? A little bit here. They starting on this now. These are my sensors on this. This is very stressful for me. This is not easy for me at all. Let me turn off this light. Sorry, had to turn off the lights. I don't understand what is the motive behind all of this. As you see the damages that I can see with my glasses on, there may be more that I've noticed. I noticed after they did this to me, my eyes are so dry when I sleep. My eyeballs has no moisture and my lids are stuck to it. My eyelids are actually stuck to it. The pain in my leg is so bad. It looked like somebody took a knife and just jabbed it and turned it. I have this is not the first time attempt with the coronavirus on me. They boast about doing it many other times. I think I had it like 5 times. It got to the point, my left leg from the coronavirus bat with those different colors on their stomach. My veins look like that on this side here, where my problem is. I just don't understand the motive. And they were gonna hurt me. So what I did was, on November 12th, I got out of the shower and I took pictures of me nude. And it's not the first time I put a disclaimer, a legal disclaimer. But this time they went too far. And I'm scared. I'm extremely afraid at this point what they may do next. I don't know if I'm going to be kidnapped, thrown in somebody's car. Are they going to come in here and drag me out of here because they think I'm a male and I never been a male from birth? So I took a picture of my vagina. Why take a picture of my vagina? You know, to keep them from hurting me. Sorry, keep me from being hurt. My vagina, so they could see I had no penis. Because they denying me due process and they going by hearsay without the due process. I sent it to my email. I have it on I had to put the picture on my desktop. I don't know what else to do. They never sent me any warrant, any subpoena. If they did, they stole it. I'm having mail problems. They might be confiscating it. I know they didn't send out my taxes, and there were legal problems with my taxes I had sent out, and returned me a green card, and they never sent it, and they never posted it. They never got it. They're not even sending out my official mail. Now here's an example. My residual line, I have to keep it updated. When I first moved here in 2019, I had to send the Supreme Court a change of address update. I sent it through certified mail with return green card. I never got it. I don't even think they updated it. But I have the evidence. The question is, why? The question is, why are they doing this to me? Why are they physically assaulting me without a due process? I'm afraid they're going to kill me, like they did my son, who they pretend he was me with a vagina and shot him in the head and pulled down his pants and found out he had a dick. That's what they told me, quote unquote. And near the summer of 2015. Yeah, the summer of 2015. And they said they killed him. It was my fault they killed him because I had a high school diploma. All this over a high school diploma? They can go get a GED. I lost everything, my career. I was legally fired. It's this ongoing problem, this continuous violation that seems to never go away. But now I know I have to be verified, which I didn't know when they legally fired me. They never gave me that letter. No one ever gave me anything. They just take their word for it. But my Supreme Court case, my writ of certiorari, was denied, but not denied with prejudice. I want you to understand that, number one. Both of them. Number two, it's kind of like in limbo, and I could reinstate it. Without a due process, they never served me anything. They never gave me any paperwork, summons, warrants. If they did, if they passed it to the office, they didn't give it to me. They shouldn't be passing things to the office to give to me in the first place. Number two, the rental office, I don't know, but they shouldn't be doing it. It's illegal. And signing things that they never give me. They shouldn't be passing. It's supposed to be signed by me alone. I did finally filed, it's pending with the local police here in Fargo, North Dakota, my problems with the apartment damages for insurance purposes. It's been a little bit over a week. A little bit over almost 2 weeks. So at the end of the month, I need to file some more additional paperwork. And this time it's going to be in the Human Rights Department. Because I have no penis, but I'm being targeted and violated like a hate crime, like I have a penis. They're damaging my apartment when I'm away and then repairing it. They have me on this surveillance. They tell me everything. When I leave the apartment, people Zoom and leave the apartment at the same time, like I'm being watched inside this apartment. Remember I said I think I'm being watched? I'm not being paranoid. And this is something to do with the oppression of my rights in order for those who are participating in the said conspiracy against my rights can continue violating my rights. So these other people can profiteer and live off my paperwork as an scapegoat. Because they claim I'm a male from birth as an scapegoat. When I had to show the photograph in my email of my vagina, that gives them rights to take advantage of my paperwork. That's what they're saying. Since I'm supposed to be a male from birth, dressed as a female, like a transgender person, that gives them constitutional rights to violate me by forging my credentials when I'm not. Never have been. I don't know what to do. All I can do is sort to my YouTube channel. I don't know if it's family members that are doing this to me, but I've never been a male from birth. I lost everything. I live bare minimum and they trying to take everything away from me again. I gave me cancer because of this problem. They use my national security clearance, my identity as a tool. I feel like an object. I feel like an object. And my academic attainment don't mean anything. But it means something to somebody else. It means I feel like I'm a nobody. And they can just take advantage of me. Some days I want to hurt myself. These people get away with so much. They want me to move out of my apartment or take over my apartment. All this without a due process. Even democracy. I don't know what to do. I don't have the evidence. I redacted things for you on my YouTube. I had to take it there. I may even have to put my video of my vagina on this YouTube channel. And my body, just so I could have some peace. So they won't target me. They've done some really bad things to me. I'm sorry.